I can't find anyone to buy my 76 Cadillac Eldorado.
That Eldorado looks awesome. I will give you $5,000 for it. So we're driving, and I feel like I hear a little rattle, and then I feel like a stutter in the car. And is it just me, or those tires are crazy low? We have a giant traffic jam, and it's 120 degrees. I just bought this really awesome 1978 Cadillac Eldorado from Tyler Hoover from Hoovies Garage. Now, if you know anything about his channel, he owns a bunch of different cars, like 20 or 30 cars, and he's always buying the cheapest one, and they're, you know, it's cars, so they're always breaking down. So this is probably one of the oldest cars in his fleet. There's no so part of the reason why I bought this thing was because I wanted the content of driving this thing across the country and seeing what'll happen. You know, breakdowns and no starts and stuff like that. So if you guys haven't seen the video before this, go watch that video. It's a lot of fun. It shows how we bought it and we flew out there, and it was really cool meeting him. Something bad's gonna happen. It's gotta happen. It's just, so I'm excited to see what actually breaks down and how me and my brother figure out how to fix it. All right, so 5 minutes ago when I left Omega Garage, Wizard's Garage, I had a little under a quarter tank. It is pegging E right now.
Your destination will be on the right.
How do I even pay? What is this place? The common phrase goes, we're not in Kansas anymore. I don't know very much about Kansas, but I know that when you can't find a proper gas station with a proper gas pump, you might be in Kansas. Makes sense, old pump, old car. Just kind of fits. I also met a really nice old lady who had a 2005 Cadillac. We stroke up, you know, us Cadillac owners, you know what I mean? We like talking about our cars and stuff like that. Hey, we both got the same car. We both have Cadillacs.
Yeah, we sure do, don't we? What year is that?
Probably same year as yours.
Yeah.
1968?
68.
No, 78.
78. How about that?
What year is yours?
05.
05. So about 3 miles into the trip, I think I already broke the trunk, and if my calculation is correct,
Turn right onto US Highway.
it went from a quarter tank to 0 in like 10 miles. I hope that's not the case. We just filled up, we put like 26 gallons in it. I reset the odometer, and I still want to find a nice gas station because I want to look at everything real quick, see if I can fix that trunk, and change my clothes. It's so hot. According to this, it's 105 degrees. So because we were packing light and we didn't want to bring carry-on or tools on the plane, it's probably pretty important that we go find a nice little handy toolkit for something breaks, you know, tools, wrenches and sockets and screwdrivers and duct tape and zip ties and just whatever we could possibly need, because something's got to break. It's a 40-something-year-old car, and it used to be owned by Tyler Hoover. So something's got to break on this thing. Oh, we ended up just pushing that back and back and back, and I thought, oh, I'll get the next place, I'll get the next place. So we never got a toolkit. We bought duct tape and zip ties. Hopefully that makes it more interesting when something breaks down. I feel like this is the view we're gonna see for the next 500 miles. You gotta think though, in 1978, if you're driving a car like this, I mean, it's a comfortable car. It's big, it's awesome. Back then, like, big was like safety, and it meant like more metal. But it's comfortable, the AC works. outside. It's got cruise control, washer. I mean, it's got everything a modern day car has. A lot of ranches out here. I've never been to Kansas. I'm super pumped. This is pretty awesome. It's very flat. There's no real normal gas stations around here though. It's all like mom and pop places. I can't wait to find a nice gas station. I want to change my pants. Put some shorts on. It's hot. So my plan is cut that out and put a nice Alpine unit in there. Just cut the dash all up. Put a big old double din Alpine or Clarion. You know what I mean? Whatever Walmart has for sale at that time. And then mount some 6x9s like right on the deck lid back there. Yeah, that'd be sick. Put like a DVD screen. So we're over here at Chipotle, one of my favorite spots to eat. I'm sitting here looking over at the car, and is it just me or those tires are crazy low? So we're gonna run over to we gotta figure that out. We can't be running brand new tires on super low tire pressure. So we're gonna run to a tire place and see what maybe it's parked in like a hole or something like that. We're gonna go check it out. So we looked at the car and it is just in a hole. It's sitting in a real deep divot. So GPS is telling me to do a U-ey right here. I don't know, there's no way I can do a U-ey. Look at that!
In a quarter mile, turn right
There we
onto
go.
151st Street toward Kansas City.
That's why I drive a Cadillac. So, as of right now, this trip is going very smoothly. But our luck's about to change because we have a giant traffic jam and it's 120 degrees. Alright, so Cadillac temperature is pegged at 100, you see that? 120 degrees. It is roasting hot. The problem, and I guess it's because it's a Cadillac and it's not like an issue, because Cadillacs don't overheat. It's a 500 cubic inch motor. The problem is, I don't know if it's overheating. I don't know if it's getting too hot or not. There's no temp gauge. There's the speedometer and a gas gauge. Listen, nope, no temp gauge. So, I guess I just don't worry about it, and then when it starts making funny noises, I shut it off. I don't know. It is brutally hot, and it's backed up for the next like 38 minutes, I guess.
Washer fluid, trunk open, good gas, bad gas.
All right, so apparently that the amber dot was because I was kind of like mild throttle and this said like bad gas. Maybe there's a green light that's coming on and I just can't see it when I'm just kind of cruising, and that says good fuel economy, or it just never came on because I'm never getting good fuel economy. And then there is a coolant temperature,
A stop engine oil pressure and a stop engine temperature.
right? So there's a coolant temperature in it also. So if it does start overheating, one of these the coolant engine temperature light will come on.
Yeah.
That is good to know. After being in that traffic jam, you know, I kind of accelerated kind of hard out of it, and a little red light pops up right on my dash. I'm thinking, what was that? Was that the light that was saying about am I overheating? Like, what is that light? My little brother looked it up on the manual, and it said that the amber light comes on when you're in if you're getting bad fuel economy, you're heavy on the throttle, and then a little green light comes on when you're real light and you're getting good fuel economy. That green light never came on. I don't know. I'm not sure what the deal with it was. All right, so we're at our first stop for gas. It's at like a quarter tank, 216 miles. Let's fill it up. Let's see what kind of gas mileage we're getting. So I felt kind of dumb every time I would go to the gas pump. I go grab the gas pump and walk to it, and then I realized I need two hands to open up the license plate and unscrew it. So I had to lay the gas pump on the ground. It would kind of slide away a little bit. And I was a little over optimistic on how many miles we would actually get to the tank. We were only getting
maybe about 230 at best to the tank before we wanted to fill up. So while the same time I'm driving from the west to the east, my dad is driving from the south up to the north. I call him up, he's driving a Mercedes-Benz turbo diesel, and I'm like, Dad, how many miles you getting to the tank? You know, I'm getting not even 230. I'm getting 230, maybe 250 if I kept on going. He informs me that he's getting 900 miles to the tank on his car. He's getting over 45 miles to the gallon when it's like a 22 or 23 gallon tank. So, about 18 gallons, 20 miles. 217 miles, let's figure that out. That's 12 miles to the gallon. That's not bad. Considering a good 40 minutes we were just sitting in traffic. It shouldn't really hurt us or help us that much. But 12 miles to the gallon is not bad, I'm pretty pumped. If we can get that a little bit higher, maybe to 13, 14, awesome. Let's check the engine. Man, the big radiator. Holy cow. Looks like they pulled that thing out of a tractor trailer. No wonder it was not overheating. This thing's all radiator. There's a butterfly down there, you see that? So, alright, nothing's jumping out, nothing's leaking. Everything's going good. So it worked out very conveniently. At around the 6-hour mark, I wanted to get 6 hours done in that night and then wrap up the other 12 hours the next morning. About the 6-hour point, we're gonna be at St. Louis. My brother had a friend that he knew, I don't even know how we know him, from something, in St. Louis. So we called him up, it worked out, we could meet it up, we could sleep over at his house. We slept in his basement. We got there around 11 o'clock. When we left the car that night, you know, we, just so happened, you know, I mean, the trunk's not closing, that could be draining some battery. The door wasn't shut the whole way. The dome light was on, that could be draining some battery. We plugged everything we possibly could. Plugged in, that could be draining the battery. I may or may have not left like the accessory key on with the blower motor on. That could have been draining the battery. We might be getting some content out of this video tomorrow morning at a ridiculously early time. All right, so we just, it's 4:25 the next morning. Now we got 12 more hours to drive. We left the car and like the UE boom all charged, all like on the charger, so it was charging. I didn't know if the car was gonna start. Fired right up. Super pumped. So let's do it. Alright, we're pumping up gas for the first time today. See what kind of fuel mileage we got. It's a little confusing and weird that BP uses green gas knobs for all their gas knobs. I feel like that's not allowed. So it's not every day or every year or every whatever that you get to take a cross-country trip with your little brother in a classic Cadillac. Beautiful car. And it looks great. The only complaint I have is a stupid trunk. I still can't figure out why it won't. Maybe I'll mess with that a little bit. Look, I figured it out. See that little wire? Watch this. Yes. Yes. Get that carpet out of there. Yes. Yes. Ha. And of course, the only problem that we've had the entire time, the entire trip, was the trunk not closing, and me being the super mechanic that I am, I fixed it by plugging the wire back in. So, we're back to having a perfectly flawless trip again. All the lights should come on. The green light never comes on. Well, the trunk light doesn't come on. We know that works. And these other lights don't come on. Maybe they all don't come on, I don't know. Oh, there we go, okay. So they come on when you're cranking it, so okay. All right, so they all work. That's the arch. The arch, that's the arch. McDonald's arch. McDonald's arch.
Stay in the left 2 lanes.
You got it, Siri.
We decided not to stop at that McDonald's with the giant arch. It was too early. I can't eat that early in the morning. We'll stop at some other place. All right. So yesterday, is there poop down here? Yesterday, David finds this fake poop in the underneath his seat. I'm not sure what Tyler was doing on the videos with this car, but I don't recall any fake poop. Honestly, it looks more like a dog ate a rope. My dog one time ate a rope and then pooped it out. Kind of looks like that. But so I started smelling burnt rubber, and I thought it was me, but it's that guy. So either I stay behind or I need to get in front of him, because he's got blown tires. So we're driving, and I feel like I hear a little rattle, and then I feel like a stutter in the car, and I'm thinking it's about to stall out. This all happened really quick. I told my little brother, hey, turn the camera on, and it ends up being just nothing. I don't know, air bubble. It was nothing. But I was really thinking, like, we're about to stall out right here on the highway. This is some content. This is good footage. This is what everyone came here to see. It ended up being nothing. Oh, hi, oh. That's a cool little arch they got going on right there. All right, I guess. All right, now we're in Ohio, one state away from Pennsylvania. Although I feel like my phone is telling me that we're only like 7 hours and a half. Yeah, that sounds right. About 4 hours in Ohio and 3.5 hours in the other place. That name you forgot was Pennsylvania, the state you live in. You've lived in there the whole life. You're pretty much your whole life. Pennsylvania. Oh, we get to go through those crazy tunnels? Yeah. With the 93 octane, we just filled up 200. We did 260 miles. It was 19 gallons. It ended up being 13.3 miles to the gallon. We are getting better. Now, whether it's cost effective, it's probably not. Yeah, in your face, Prius. 13.3 miles per gallon, beat that. There's a new fuel efficient car in town. It's not very new or very efficient, but it's the little wins that count. But I'm also going like 75 miles an hour. The speed limit is like 70, 75 miles an hour. So if we actually drop that down to like 55, I would think you can get 15, 16 miles per gallon. It's not bad. No. Let's get some food. There we go. This hose keeps on falling off. I think it should be over top of this. It's crazy because this is a front-wheel drive car. You don't see big cars like this front-wheel drive. But there's the transmission right down there. Perfect. I can't believe nothing's broken on this car. This is insane. Well, the trip's over. As you can see, I'm back. I made it back to my house, 1,200 miles in, I don't know, 30 hours. I don't know how this is possible. I mean, the plan was that this thing was going to break down. How did that not happen? I have no idea. I mean, if you ever watch Hoovies garage, vehicles just break down just from sitting there, just from the second law of thermodynamics. You know what I mean? This thing made it the whole way and it ran awesome, and I feel like it even ran better after I rode it for a while. So now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with it. So the trip did not go really as planned. Stupid Tyler and his reliable car. It was fun, if you consider not breaking down fun. Let's look at the breakdown. See what this trip actually costs. Purchase of the Cadillac, $6,500. Plane tickets, kind of late notice plane tickets, $1,296. Yui Boom, $124.99. Mega Boom, actually. Gas, $412.07. I only spent $412. That's actually not that bad. Hotel, free. Tires, we got them from Summit Racing for $690. I thought they were more than that. Food, we probably spent about 120 bucks on food. Total trip, the Cadillac, the airfare, the food, everything, $9,143. $9,143.06. It's not bad. Not sure what the car's worth, but we'll see. See what I do with it. I kind of like it. All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you guys later.